ReefBum is sponsored by Bulk Reef Supply and Ecotech Marine.
Hey, what's happening, everybody? Happy Saturday afternoon and welcome to my December live sale. So really psyched to have this live sale. I have some very chunky frags that have been cooking in my frag tank for a long time. Big pieces, some pieces that have been encrusted really well. So I am stoked to take you folks through what I have, and I see some folks are coming into the chat. What's up there, YouTube Reefer and Sammy 31D? Get that freestyle ready. This is a banger, yeah. Mike Johnson. Curious how, if at all, everyone dips their deep water acros when I've tried doing it. Revive. Yeah. The smooth skin acros tend to not do as well with dips. They're a little bit more sensitive. But I've been using potassium chloride instead of Bear, which had been my go-to. And actually, I got that piece of intel from Farmer Ty, and so far I'm digging it. It's great because you can actually see through the dip. Yeah, thanks, Brad Hobbies. Sporting the tie-dye today here. So still waiting for more of you folks to come in. Hit the like button so more people can find the live stream and the live sale. And in a minute or two, we're gonna get going. But before we do, I wanted to go through the rules of the live sale. And if you guys have any questions about these rules, the detailed rules are actually on my website at reefbum.com/live sale. Okay. So to purchase corals, I'm going to be running through a video of every frag for sale, and there's 97 frags up for grabs. And the way it's going to work is each coral during this live sale is going to have an item number. Okay. and the item numbers are going to be on the live sale shopping page. So you get to that shopping page either by going to reefbum.com/shop live sale or the WYSIWYG section of my website. Okay. And so, just essentially we'll see an item number on the video for the live stream here for each frag, and then you just would snag that on the website. So to buy a frag, you actually have to put it in the shopping cart and complete the checkout process. And if you're not purchasing over $300 worth of frags, you must buy a $50 shipping module. And you could do that early on if you want to. If you don't, if you buy over $300 worth of frags, that shipping module will be refunded. So any overall total purchases for this live sale that's over $300, there will be free shipping. But if you're going to be under that, you must buy the $50 shipping module. And what you also need to do, if you're going to be under that $300 and you're going to just make purchases individually for frags, what you do when you check out is you just select the adding to the order option for shipping. So that way you would avoid paying multiple instances of shipping. YouTube Reefer, how do your frags do in an all LED environment? I'm digging the LEDs. I really am. I got a whole bunch of frags in the Peninsula tank under LEDs, and they're doing really well. I guess I'm a convert for LEDs, and I've got a separate frag tank on that system set up with LEDs all ready to rock and roll. I have not put frags in there yet, but I plan to use that as a grow out tank and potentially put frags in there. So yeah, all of these frags for the live sale will be frags that have been grown under metal halides, 400 watt 20K iridium bulbs. So that's always been my go-to, but I'm digging the LEDs. I really am. Now, the final thing I wanted to mention in terms of the live sale here is that everything is going to be discounted 20%. And those prices that you would see on the live sale page have already been discounted. Okay? And so you don't have to actually buy everything during this live sale while we're on YouTube. I'm going to keep those prices discounted by 20%. So anything left over after this live sale, you could still snag for 20% off until Tuesday, December 7th. So if you can't make the live sale and you're catching this on the replay, or if you're make a whole bunch of purchases, or maybe you're not making any purchases and you just kind of see what's left over, and then you have some time to make some decisions. So there's not a lot of pressure this afternoon. Do I ship to Toronto? I do not, but I could ship to the border, and you could have somebody, or you can go over to the other side of the border. New York State, I guess, is the other side of the Toronto border. Could do that. Any other questions? I've got a nice beverage here, cold beverage. I think we're gonna get going in a couple of seconds. So yeah, drop any questions or comments in the chat. I will do my best to answer them, but this will be a bit of a juggling act. So let's start this party off. And item number one is a Tyree Blue Matrix frag. This is a nice big chunky frag. It's 1 1/4 inches long, tall, whatever. And it's an incredible old school coral. If you're looking for a blue coral, this thing really does stand out. I'm a big fan of this the Tyree Blue Matrix. It's an old school coral, and it's pretty popular. A lot of my customers are always asking me for the Blue Matrix, and I had not been fragging it for a while because it just got hit pretty hard. But the last few months I left it alone, and yeah, So this is item number 2 is a Cop's Bright Pink table. I don't have a lot of frags available. This is actually the only frag in the live sale of the Cop's Bright Pink table. But I love tables. It's pink, and it does a really, really good job encrusting. As you can see, this frag is totally encrusted, and it's 3/4 inches tall. There's the mother colony. You can see the pink in that mother colony. So it's a really cool coral, and it's an old school coral. John Coppolino, he's the man. What we have up next? Item number 3, the ATL Forest Fire Digi. If you want to add a splash of color to your tank, then man, this thing is about as orange as it gets with these bright green tips. And grows like a weed for me. Really does. It's a great starter coral. But I do love solid colored corals in my tanks. I really do. And I think that it's a beautiful coral, and it's very hardy. It's a Monty, so I don't think you can go wrong with that. That's the mother colony. Item number 4, the Seaquarium Unknown. And this is another classic old school coral that you're gonna see in the mother colony shots that's coming up here in a few seconds. How awesome this coral is. This thing actually, for me, has formed like a tulip. It's got a single stalk, and then the branches are like tulip shape. It's bizarre, and it's got these kind of faint purple tips. Really, I really dig it. And the frag there was a 1-inch frag for $24. I think it's a frickin' steal. A classic Monty. So cool, this Mystic Sunset Monty. It's bright red and purple fluorescent polyps. This frag is also encrusted. It's 1 inch. A very, very well-known Monty that was certainly very highly desirable, but I think it's one of the more beautiful Monties, encrusting Monties out there. And it doesn't, that's the mother colony, and it doesn't harm other corals that it will potentially encrust next to. So I've got this in my display tank, and yeah, it's great, man. It just covers everything, but it doesn't sting or do any harm. My favorite coral, one of my favorite corals, the Oregon. I think I'm pronouncing that right, so hopefully if anybody's out in Oregon, let me know if I'm pronouncing that correctly. I always mispronounce that, but man, you cannot get more blue with a coral than this coral. It's a stunner. I mean, if you keep your tank really blue and have a lot of blue lights, then it's probably not going to stand out as much, but I've always had this coral in my tanks, and it grows really well for me. It takes a little while to get going, but it's a real classic, and I think it's again another way to provide a great splash of color to the tank. Item number 7, the Sunset Monty, and this is another classic encrusting Montipore. This is gorgeous. I mean, how much more beautiful can you get? It's got this bright orange skin and green polyps. I mean, talk about a contrast in colors. This thing is a stunner. And again, this is something that I have growing in my 187-gallon display tank. It's a it's a gentle coral in terms of when it's buttoned up against other corals. So it kind of like fills in the spaces, which is kind of neat. I like to fill in the spaces and not look at rock. And yeah, All right, this is a Tyree Red Dragon. Another brightly colored coral, super pink. This frag is 1 inches tall. And what else can I say about the Tyree Red Dragon? It's so freaking cool. It is a smooth skin coral. Grows like a weed for me. Seems to be very, very hardy. But I don't know. I dig it. I love it. You know, you got the pinks, you got the blues, you got greens, what have you. I like to be able to look at corals that I could catch my eye across the room, and this is like one of those that will do that. So that's the mother. And speaking of colors, the orange Setosa. This is a solid, bright colored, bright orange coral, and it again is very, very hardy. Provides a splash of color to the tank. It's a it will encrust pretty well before it starts sprouting branches, but I've had this coral for a long time myself, and I love it. That's the mother colony a while ago in my display tank. Most of these shots of the mother colonies are recent, shots. Trying to represent here in terms of what the actual corals look like in my tanks. All right, this is sort of like a new release for me. This is a what I call a ReefBum gold medal Millie, and the interesting thing about this coral, and you're going to see it, it's going to be more obvious when you see the colony shot. It's got yellow gold corallites, and it's also got green on the skin, which is really cool. You know, look at this. You can kind of see that green coming out. You can see the green in the tips, but you could also see the gold corallites contrasting with the brown golden polyps. I dig millies, and this is a pretty neat millie. I've had this millie for a few years. All right, another classic encrusting Montipore, the Superman Monty, and this has got purple skin and bright red polyps. I've got a couple of frags in the live sale going on here. It's cool. You know, again, I love the contrast that you have of different colors. Purple and red is really a neat color combination in terms of that contrasting. So I've that mother colony that you're seeing right there, I actually put it in my Peninsula tank. I also put my Sunset Monty colony in my Peninsula tank right on the bare bottom of the tank. And they're happy campers under the LEDs, but these shots are actually under the halides. The Jason Fox Frankie's Kryptonite Acro. Quite a name. And this is a huge, chunky frag. This one is 2 1/4 inches tall and multiple branches. I love it. It's got this very interesting, purple branches, greenish, yellowish on the base of the branches. So it's neat, man. This is a shot of the mother colony. The purple really stands out, but if you want to snag a chunky frag of this, then that's the one to snag. What do we got up next? One of my favorites, the Jackson's Rainbow Tenuous. For those of you folks that follow my channel, I just did a video on this coral. This takes a while. You can see all these frags for the Jackson's Rainbow Tenuous. The awesome thing about this coral is that it has these pink and red corallites that come out. It takes a while for them to come out to show their beauty, and you're going to see it in the mother colony. Actually, I have several mother colonies, but look at that! Isn't that awesome? It's got like pink and red corallites on this thing, and it takes a while. So even though these are encrusted frags, you got to be patient. But this thing is the real deal. It really is in terms of a rainbow tenuous. All right, we also have some LPS in this live sale, and this is a green Duncan coral. I have a big the mother colony is in my display tank, very hardy. I cut these frags a few weeks ago, and I think the next day the polyps were all out, and this one is 2.5 inches wide. I don't know how many heads is on there, but I also have a big frag of it in my peninsula tank. I love it. It's great. It's a very, very hardy coral, and yeah. Moving on, we've got another Mystic Sunset Monty. This particular frag is 1.5 inches, fully encrusted. Like I mentioned at the beginning of the show, I got a lot of fully encrusted frags available for sale in this show because I've been sitting on them. I haven't done anything with them, and just really wanted to save them up for this live sale. And yeah, so you're getting a bargain if you snag this one. It's for $36. Normally 45 on the Mystic Sunset Monty. Next up, one of my all-time favorite corals, the ORA Red Planet. I don't have a lot of frags of this available. You can see there's another frag that's going to be in the live sale here. Next to it, fully encrusted. It's a great colorful red table, and I don't know how much better you can get than that. If you love tables and you love colors, then that's a great combination. It's got that hint of green on the base, the branches. That's the mother colony that I have in my 187-gallon display, and it's encrust the crap out of the rock that it was on. So that's why I don't have a lot of frags, because it's just encrusted like crazy. But now it's starting to bounce up a little bit, sprout up a little bit. Next, we have the ORA Hawkins, another classic from ORA. And there's a theme here: solid colored corals. I dig them. That's what I like. And this is like a bottle brush type of coral, smooth skin. So it's a beauty. And I have 2 big colonies in my display tank, and you can see that's one of the mother colonies. Beautiful turquoise. I mean, come on, how much better does it get than that? Well, maybe the red planet's a little bit better, but you need to get me a red planet. Yeah, Mike. All right, this one is probably my most popular coral. And I haven't had frags of this available for a long time, for several months, because basically the colony, I try to be easy on it, but I get so much demand for this coral, the Tyree Icefire Echinata, that I frag the colony pretty heavily. So I just laid off fragging it for a few months. And yeah, so this there's actually this is a 1-inch Icefire that is available on the live sale. I got some others that I also have available on the live sale, but pretty cool coral. Another old school coral. All right, up next. Oh, I almost spit out my beer. This is a gigantic Walt Disney frag. A gigantic Walt Disney frag. This thing is multi-branched. It's 2 inches. This is a 2-inch. How often do you see that as an option in terms of buying a Walt Disney frag that is 2 inches tall and multi-branch, and it's on sale? So, like I said, I've been cooking some frags for a while, and that's going to be the beauty of this sale, is that you're going to have some opportunities to snag some really large, chunky frags. And that's the mother colony in my frag tank. I also have a colony in my display tank. All right, we've got some radioactive zoas. And I have a bed of these in my display tank. So obviously you could see this is one-on-one. This is 2 inches across. A couple of those heads weren't opened up because I just fragged it back when I took the video. But trust me, it's a nice chunky piece of the radioactive zoas. So if you want to get something, and these zoas do not sting. They've actually worked their way up the rock work in my tank. They do not sting other corals. So again, it's kind of like a little filler coral that has gone from the bottom of my tank up to the top, and no harm, no foul with those zoas. All right, got another Superman Monty frag. Again, fully encrusted. This is 1.5 inches across. And yeah, what can I say? Look at the purple on that thing. Yeah, turf and reef. Yeah, that Walt Disney would be €1,000 here in us, or whatever that is, whatever your currency's called. But yeah, it's I could cut some big frags of that too, even after the live sale. And that's the mother of the Superman. All right, what do we? Oh, okay. I have ginormous frags of the Cali Tort. This is a ginormous frag. This is 3 inches tall. It's so big that I had a hard time getting it in the frame, to take a video of it. It's so large, and this coral, it's a solid like blue purplish coral. You'll see the mother colony coming up. It grows really, really well for me. So this is one of my favorite corals, just because of the color and the ease that in terms of maintaining this coral. Love the Cali Tort, and I've got big chunks of it. Big chunks. Another Tyree Icefire Echinata frag. This one is 1 inches tall. And yeah, like I said, this is probably one of the more popular frags that I have. Probably the highest demand that I have for a coral on my website. Thanks, Scott. I appreciate that. I've been at this for a long time. But, hey, sometimes it doesn't always work out. That's the mother colony. As you can see, it's a gorgeous coral. What do we got next? We have the Sexy Corals Orange Passion. And this is a fully encrusted frag. This is, again, a big frag. This is 1.5 inches tall. So it's that's a nice chunk for the Orange Passion. So it's got those orange polyps, kind of purplish, coral lights with that neon green branch. It's a neat coral. It really is. That's the mother colony. Great polyp extension on that one. All right, this is perhaps the nicest strawberry shortcake that I've ever seen out there. This is the BC Hyperberry, and this is 1 inch. This is 1 inch tall frag. It's encrusted, so it's been in the frag tank for a while. But I mean, look at this thing. This thing has got like those bright strawberry red tips and a bright green branches, and that's the mother colony. Very recent video of the mother colony in my frag tank. So I put a frag of this in my Peninsula tank because I wanted to have a backup of this strawberry shortcake, and the BC Hyperberry is a beautiful coral. All right, what do we got next? We have the Kryptonite tenuous. This thing will like melt your eyeballs. It's so green. It is like, maybe it should be called the radioactive tenuous. It's super green. I put a big colony of it in my peninsula tank. It's a real fast grower. I mean, this thing grows like a weed for me. So yeah, if you're looking for a coral that's a fast grower, that is very colorful and has dense branches, then I would suggest picking this thing up because it's really pretty darn cool. All right, what do we got next? We got the red Goniapora. And this is a big frag of the red Gani. This is 3 inches across. So again, this is something that I've been growing for a long time in my frag tank. It started. I think there's going to be a shot of one of the frags when it started. When actually right after I fragged it. So this has grown a lot, and it's a great opportunity to pick up a Gani that is colorful. This and it's hardy. I mean, it's incredible how hardy Goniapora have become. So that's I think when it was first fragged. So you can see it's grown a little bit. This is a really cool coral. The ATL Strawberry Fields. It is it's a classic. It's been around for a long time, and what you're going to see with the mother colony on this coral is that it has these strawberry tips that, and it's a table, right? So it's a green table that is just gorgeous. Look at that thing. I mean, that's like outstanding. Beautiful table. So if you're looking for a brightly colored table, that's your coral. We got another Jason Fox Frankie's Kryptonite Acro. This is a really big frag. It's 2 inches tall. So again, a nice chunky frag. It's encrusted. I mean, look at that. Look at the purple and the yellow and the green and the base there. Really neat. Just so neat. And it might be like an Austera. I'm not positive about that, but that might be an Austera coral. So it's a very colorful. I love purple in corals. I really do. All right, up next. Got another Seaquarium Unknown. I might have gotten this from Adam at Battle Corals. I'm not sure if he still has it or not. But, you know, like I said before, this thing's got such a unique shape to it in terms of the way it grows out. So, you know, it's got that cool color, and it will develop those purple polyps as it gets bigger. Not polyps, tips. It will develop those purple tips as it matures. Look at that. Look how awesome looking that coral is. I mean, how often do you see a coral that looks like that? So it's like one stalk, and it's just kind of like tulips up like that. Really neat. Really cool. You know, that frag's 1 inch tall frag. We got some more zoas. These are the eagle eye zoas. And I'm not a big zoa guy, but again, this is a I love the orange, you know, purple center, orange around that with green polyps, kind of enveloping all that. Really neat. And again, I've got a whole bed of this stuff at the bottom of my display tank, and they're gentle. Like the radioactive zoas, they're pretty gentle. Next up, We've got another ATL Forest Fire Digi. It's a chunky piece. This is a 1.25 inches. This Forest Fire. So if you're just kind of starting out with a tank, or the tank is relatively young, this is a great coral to put in there. Kind of a starter coral. You know, it's a all Montes are great for that. But you know, I've been keeping tanks for a very, very long time, and I've got this in one of my display tanks. Just because I love the color of it. It's so bright in terms of that orange with the green tips. And it's very reasonably priced. So what do we got next? This is such a cool stylo. This is really such a cool stylo. The Jason Fox bug out stylo. Again, this has been growing for a while, and it's started to encrust. But look at that, man. Look at the purple with those white polyps. I mean, what a combination. What a combination. I think this is like called a whole bunch of other things too. I can't remember the other names off the top of my head, but this Jason Fox bug out stylo. There's the mother colony. Javier Williams, yeah, man, glad you made it too. What's the shipping cost? Everything's explained in the rules. But under $300, you got to buy a $50 shipping module. Over 300 is free. All right, we got another green Duncan coral, and this is similar in terms of the size of the other one. It's about 2.5 inches across. Multiple heads. I don't think you see that too often in terms of frags with those many heads, but you know, this was cut a while ago, so fully healed. Let's call it fully healed and very healthy. And like I think I mentioned before, it's a really hardy coral. And really cool. People just kind of like gravitate to that coral in my tank instead of looking at the beautiful sticks. I'm like, what? I only got a couple of LPS in my tank, and you're looking at this thing, not the SPS. Sometimes people just don't get it. I love this coral. This is what's called a BC Cool No Name. I got it from Adam, and kind of hard to describe in terms of the colors. It's got like dark green base. It's got purple coral lights. It's got green polyps. It just kind of shimmers. It's got like these iridescent colors. And this frag is big. It's almost 2 inches. It's a 1 3/4 inch frag. This is some pictures of the mother colony. And you can kind of see all the different contrasting colors. The greens, the purples, sort of maybe a hint of blue. I mean, look at the green at the base of those branches. Another. Have I had an Oregon Blue Tour yet? I'm losing track here, but this is a fully encrusted piece that's 1 1/4 inches tall. It's on sale for $72. That's a pretty darn good deal if you ask me. If you ask me. I guess I'm a little biased. But just bright blue. And I don't know. I've got one colony in the 187-gallon display. I put 2 frags in the Peninsula tank. Super cool coral that's been around the hobby for a long time, and probably the most colorful coral, unless you have those serious blue lights. Look at this chunky frag of the Tyree Blue Matrix. This is 1 inch, but it's got 3 branches. Well, maybe there's 4 branches there. So if you've been looking to pick up this coral, I don't usually typically have frags this awesome. And you know, for the $80, I think it's a great deal during this live sale. It's a super blue coral. It's I get awesome polyp extension on it. You can see that's the mother colony shot right there. So it's an old school coral that has done very, very well for me. Look at that chunky, chunky Walt Disney frag. That thing is, how many branches we got on that thing? I don't know. There's branches sprouting all over the place on this thing. You could actually pick up this frag it, and make some money back on your purchase. You know, this thing is 2 inches, but I think it's got 2 branches that are like 2 inches. So another frag that's been cooking for a long time in my tank. But I don't know, it's a gorgeous tenuous. You know, there's a lot of tenuous out there, but this one is a well-known one, and it's beautiful. Look at that thing, and that's under 20K irradiums. You know, so that's not very blue lighting. Got another Tyree Icefire Echinata up for grabs here. This one is 1 inches in terms of the height on it. And like I mentioned, I haven't had a lot of this coral available lately because I get hit up so much for it in terms of that demand on this coral. But yeah, I mean, when you see what the mother colony looks like, it's neat. You know, it's got the cream colored kind of base in the branches, the bluish purplish tips, bluish polyps. Pretty sweet. I guess that's why it's in so high demand. All right, coming up is, this is a freaking neat coral. This is the Blue Boy table. It sort of looks purplish in this video, but you know, even under the 400 watt 20K iridium bulbs that I have on top of it, it still looks more blue when you're looking at through the side versus the top. But man, this is so neat. It's got that, you know, kind of baby blue purplish appearance, and it's got these orange polyps, and it's a table. So how often do you see, here's a shot of the mother colony in my frag tank. So it's just completely encrusted the disc, not the disc, the tile that it's on, and you know, it's shooting out little fraglets of table, you know, little table fraglets there, I guess you can call it. I don't know, did I just make up a word? I don't know. Got another Jackson's rainbow tenuous. This is fully encrusted. Had this a while. 1 1/4 inches, you know, tall, and it is a like I said before, this coral takes a while when it's happy, but it takes a while to develop those red and pink corallites and polyps. But once it gets into that happy zone, that butter zone, man, I mean, again, this is under more full spectrum lighting than a very blue lit LED type of tank. And you just kind of see the blue tips of this mother colony kind of radiate out, but then you've got the green, the pink and the red, which is outstanding. Got another ATL Forest Fire Digi multi-branch chunky 1 1/4 inch. Outstanding coral. So kind of running the gamut here in terms of some of the higher end stuff versus some of the lower end stuff. But you know, there's a lot of great corals that you get for a very reasonable price, and it doesn't always have to be the high end stuff that is what you you know, dig. But everybody's different. Everybody's different. Hey, Luis. Another classic, the purple slimer. This is a staghorn, and you know, it's purple. It's got kind of like these neat yellowish tips and corallites. You can kind of see the highlights right there in terms of the corallites. So you'll see a shot of the mother colony in a second. I've had this coral for a long time. If you're familiar with the Green Valley Slimer, this is its purple cousin, and it likes to slime when disturbed. Look at that staghorn. I like staghorns too. All right, we got some more radioactive zoas. Look at that big frag of those radioactive zoas. I don't know how many polyps are in there, but it's a neat in terms of zoanthids. So any of you folks out there that are into the zoas, you're getting a nice chunk. Yeah, Luis, I know. I try to show those mother colonies to help everybody get a really good understanding of what they're picking up, because sometimes you can't tell by looking at just the frags themselves. And yeah, so I appreciate that comment. All right, this is what I call a pearlberry knockoff table. This piece was sold to me actually when I first picked it up as an ORA pearlberry, but as you can see, it's not the same coral. All right, but it does have some of the similar characteristics in terms of that pearlescent coloration, the purple tips, and but what's neat about this coral is that it actually tabled out for me. I mentioned before I love tables, but look at this. Look at the table on this thing. Look at the purple fluorescent tips on this table. It's like a green table, but it kind of radiates color. It just kind of really stands out. The Zoas Brad are on a plug, so it's really neat. Got another Tyria Red Dragon, big Tyria Red Dragon, 1.5 inches. Call it a super chunk if you want. Yeah, thanks, Brad. Tables are awesome. Tables are really neat. I'm trying to put a lot of tables into my peninsula tank. All right. Up next is the first frag of the Milka Stylo. The Milka Stylo, man, it's such a neat coral, bright, solid purple. It's kind of, it's a fluorescent, I guess, fluorescent purple. And you'll see, with the mother colony, you can see that even better. But this is a dynamite. This has been around for a very long time. It's just, it stands out when you go into into the room that I'm in here with my tanks. I've got 2 colonies in each display tank, and it just like catches the eye. It's like, wow, look at that bright freaking purple coral. So it's it is one of my favorites. It really is pretty darn neat. Okay, up next we have another red Goniapora, the brother of the other Goni that was up for grabs before. And like I mentioned, these are frags that I have a couple large colonies of the red Goniapora. One's in my 187-gallon display tank, and I've got another that I put into my peninsula tank. I've taken out the old bandsaw and fragged them up. They've healed up really nicely. So incredibly hardy, which is something that had not been the case many years ago. So it gives a nice, if you're under the sticks, it's nice to have some Goniapora, a little bit movement in the tank, and they could take a lot. They could take a lot. Here's another Jackson's Rainbow Tenuous, and I've talked about this before, but it takes a while for the reds and the pinks to develop in this coral. But it is so worth the wait. So worth the wait. And you don't need to have super blue lighting to bring out those reds and the pinks. What's up, Blue Basin Aquatics? Thanks for joining. Isn't that so freaking cool? That is so freaking cool. That's more under like full spectrum lighting. This is a neat Monty, the tub Stellata Monty, and Again, contrasting colors. Very hardy. It's got the green polyps, the purple skin. So grows like a weed for me. So if you're looking for something hardy in a tank, and I think I just saw somebody made a comment about they just started their tank up, this is a good piece to try out because it could withstand a lot. But it's a good testing type of frag because, you know, it typically will do well in any kind of tank conditions. I find, at least. And yeah, back to back tub Stellata Montes. So if you weren't able to snag that other one, go for this one. The sale just for WYSIWYG frags, or the live cut? No live cuts included, just WYSIWYG. And I didn't mention this, but I mentioned this at the beginning. You can take advantage of the sale prices for these live sale frags in the WYSIWYG section until this Tuesday, the 7th, I believe. Okay, so these if you don't buy anything during the live sale actually on YouTube right here, then you have until Tuesday, December 7th, to take advantage of the 20% off discount. Okay, so you can keep shopping whatever's left over. All right, this is the second BC Hyperberry frag I have, and the last one that I have available for the live sale. But I do have a lot of fresh cuts that I can cut if you can't snag it during the live sale. But you know, I'll say it again: if you're looking for a strawberry shortcake, it probably doesn't get much better than this. Doesn't get much better than that. Look at that gorgeous, gorgeous coral. That red really stands out. Really does. Super, super red polyps. We have another orange Setosa frag up. This is a big one. This is 1 3/4 inches. Multiple branches on the orange Setosa frag. So yeah, if you want to get a good head start, I like big frags. I like to get big frags. I don't like the little frags. I don't like the little, you know, sometimes I do sell like 3/4 inch frags. It depends on the coral if it's getting hit pretty hard, but I like to provide nice size frags because that's what I like to get. That's what I like to get. All right, what do we got next here? The another ORA Red Planet, and as you could see, it is fully encrusted, ready to grow some branches. But hey, listen, if you're looking for an old school coral, very, very colorful, very red, that tables, then this one's for you. You know, this thing was all the rage when it first came out. It had a lot of hype, and I was really, really psyched when I was able to snag one years ago. So the one I used to have in my old tank in Connecticut really tabled out big and was a showstopper. It was so cool. All right, we got some more radioactive zoas. A huge frag of the zoas. Many polyps. This is actually, I think I measured it to be 2.5 inches across. Yeah, Louise. Thanks. Here's the bed of zoas that I have in my tank. The bed of zoas. Another very large, multiple branched ATL strawberry fields. And yeah, bright green, really radiates that green, and it develops those strawberry red tips. So when you're talking about a coral with those kind of colors, that's a table like that, which is the mother colony. That's what it turns into. Gorgeous. Gorgeous. All right, we got another orange Setosa. Kind of bunched up the Setosas, I guess. Maybe I should have juggled them around a little bit more. But this particular frag is an inch, but again, it's multiple branches. And it's going to, it grows at a pretty fast rate. Bright orange. Bright orange. If you guys are looking to add some color to your tanks, you've come to the right place. One of my favorite old school corals, the Crayola plana coral, and I get great polyp extension on this thing, and I love the multiple colors on it. So it's got the green, it's got the purple. It also develops it has this cream base that you can't really see with the frag, and I think you might see with the mother colony. Look at that, and it's a table. So, and I fragged it right there in the middle there, so you can kind of see that white spot. But look at that, it's a table. It's like purple tip and green with a cream-colored base. How neat does that get? I mean, how much better does that get? Awesome combination. This is another very, very chunky, large piece of the Cali tort. 2.5 inches tall, fully encrusted on the plug, and and it's kind of got the greenish coloration, the base that you kind of see. Grows like a weed for me. The green doesn't show right there, but in certain parts of this colony, you could see it. All right, we got another ATL Strawberry Fields up for grabs there. Fully encrusted, multi-branch. So you got an excellent head start if you want to add this coral to your tank. Put the whole thing in terms of the plug, just break the bottom of the plug off, or however you want to do it. All right. This next frag, I'm having a little fun with it. It's a combination piece, or a Hawkins and a Tyree Red Dragon frag. I did this a couple of months ago. They've encrusted kind of together. I wouldn't say they've fused, but they're not pissing each other off. They're not causing each other to bleach out. So yeah, you're kind of getting two corals in one. You could end up taking this frag and just fragging off one of them and put it someplace else in the tank, or you could just kind of like let it grow organically like it is right now and see what happens. I don't know. I figured, what the hell? Have a little fun with it. I thought it was funny. Got another kryptonite tenuous frag. I talked about this before, but it grows like a weed for me. super bright neon green. Sort of looks like the Green Valley Slimer, but it's a tenuous. So it doesn't slime up. Very fast grower. Very fast grower. Thank you, Dusk194. What do we got up next? Ah, yeah. Another Oregon Blue Tort. This one is it's actually 1 inch tall. So, fully encrusted. Fragged a while ago. Super, super blue. Super blue. There's the mother. My mother colony has gotten really big, and I've had a pretty high demand for this coral lately, so I've really kind of hit the colony hard. Probably should leave it alone for a little bit. This is the second Pearlberry knockoff table frag that I have. And yeah, I'll say it again, man. This is a neat little coral. Because it's not only a table, but because it's got those pearlescent tips on it that you could really see when you see the mother colony. And I think a lot of times people don't think about the shape of the corals that they have in the tanks. You know, some do, some are conscious of that, but I think a lot of times we get really drawn in to the different colors that we see online. And I think shape is also something that potentially gets overlooked a lot. Another Milka Stylo. Multi-branch, 1 1/4 inches. Really, really hardy stylos are just so hardy. And this one is super colorful. Like I said, it can be a centerpiece of a tank. I kind of consider this coral to be a centerpiece type of coral. It's that good looking. And it's such a reasonable price, you know, versus a lot of other corals out there that can really, you know, you could take a kind of a hit in terms of the wallet. But this is a reasonably priced coral. All right, this is the only frag I have of the Tyree Lime in the sky. It's a stag, bright green, and it develops these bluish baby blue tips. So this is another OG coral from Steve Tyree that I've had in the tank for a long time. And actually, I don't have a shot of it, but my Aura Red Planet is working its way up the branches. So eventually, it's growing. The Red Planet's growing faster than the Tyree Lime in the sky. So eventually, I'm going to have to break off the Tyree Lime in the sky to save it, because that's how much of an encruster my Aura Red Planet is. Next, we have the another Jason Fox Bug Out Stylo frag. Look at that! Look how big and chunky that frag is. That's 1 1/4 inches, but it's a big frag, and I've had that in my frag tank for a long time. And I also have a colony in my Peninsula tank. I like it that much. It's really pretty neat coral. So if you're looking for a Stylo 4 or something, you know, again, all Stylos are really hardy, just like the Milka Stylo, but this thing is just stands out. All right, we have another Sunset Monty frag, fully encrusted on the plug. It's a 1 inch plug. said it before, I'll say it again. How can you get a better color combination than that? Look at that. Bright, bright orange with fluorescent green polyps. I mean, that is just bitching. I mean, that is just, and again, I have this on my Peninsula tank. That colony, I put it in my Peninsula tank, and it's encrusting on the bare bottom of the tank. It looks really neat. It really is pretty cool. Okay, we have a. Is this the first? No, I've already had a frag of the Sexy Corals Orange Passion. It's another large frag. This is a 1.5 inch Sexy Corals Orange Passion frag. And like I've said before, I guess I'm beating this to death in terms of the size of the frags that I've able to offer up during this live sale. They're big, big frags. Let me mention also one more time that if you don't snag anything during the live sale, if you happen not to purchase anything during the live sale, these sale prices, everything is 20% off. They will be good on the WYSIWYG section of my website until this Tuesday, December 7th. So you can make additional purchases at that sales price. WYSIWYG section. I think this is the last ATL Strawberry Fields frag that I have. And it's a big one. 2 inches. You got a great head start with this one. So it's I've been growing this one for a while. A very underrated coral, I think. You don't see it a lot. I don't see it a lot available online for sale. And I picked it up from some guy that I know in the Boston area, who's into the the old school corals. Got another Blue Boy table frag. I think this is the last one I've got available for sale. Fully encrusted. I dig it. I don't know. Again, it's a table. It's got those orange polyps. And it's purplish blue. More so, like I said before, blue, baby blue, when you're looking at it. And you can kind of see the baby blue in this shot with the mother colony. I did put a frag in my Peninsula tank, and it's doing very, very well. Here's another big BC Cool no name frag. This one's almost 2 inches. It's 1 3/4 inches tall, multi-branched. Really neat. Really, really neat. And like I said before, it's kind of hard to describe in terms of the all the different colors in this coral. But I guess that's why Adam named it the BC Cool no name. It's cool. Why branching? All right, I got another big Cali tort. This one, this one's 3 inches, and like I said before, these Cali tort frags are so big I couldn't get them all in the frame when I was shooting the video. It's fully encrusted. All these Cali tort frags are fully encrusted, and they're huge. So you're buying like a mini colony with this coral. Essentially, is what you're getting, is a mini colony. And I could, if you want to do a fresh cut, I could do them bigger than 3 inches. I guess it's a good problem to have, right? This is another Monty. I call this the Orange Crush Monty. Bright orange. It's another gentle Monty in terms of it encrusts and whatever corals it butts up against. It does not piss them off. So you can, I have this in my display tank, and it does a great job in terms of covering some real estate. I don't like to have any. I don't like to have any exposed rock if I can help it. So this, you can actually see it branched off a little bit, or cupped a little bit, in my display tank. We've got another Crayola Plana frag. This is a nice big healthy frag. This one's 1 1/4 inch. Purple tips, green polyps, cream base, table. Enough said. Enough said. As you will see with the mother colony. That just rocks. It really does. And it grows really well too. It's got great polyp extension. It grows really, really well for me. Got another purple slimer frag. This is a 1 1/4 inch purple slimer frag. So if you're looking to add something purple to the tank, a staghorn, then this is a great thing to consider. And I really do like the yellow highlights on the coral lights and the tips. Kind of reminds me of the the Worldwide Corals yellow tip. Can't see it on the mother colony right there with this particular piece, but there on other parts of the mother in my tank you can see the yellow highlights. Another Jason Fox Frankie's Kryptonite Acro. It's a neat coral. It's got that yellow base and the purple tips. This is all these are. I did video under the 400 watt 20K radium bulbs, so there's not a lot of blue light to bring out the fluorescence, and this is more of a natural kind of look at the coral with a more full spectrum light than what you would see with more bluer LEDs. Is a Slimer a young? I'm not sure. Dust 194, I'm not sure. I think this might be the last Cali Tort frag that I have. Again, this is a huge one, 3 inches. And, if all these go in the live sale, I got plenty more totally encrusted mega frags left in my frag tank that you can reach out to me about, and we could figure something out. Another ReefBum Gold Medal Millie. This is multi-branched, fully encrusted Millie. And when it grows out into a colony, you could really see the gold and the yellow in terms of the coral lights, plus the green highlights on the base. I'll put any kind of Millie in my tanks. I really will. I just love Millies that much. Kind of got those greenish tips. All right, this is the only frag I have of this coral. It's an old school coral. For those of you that are familiar with it, it's really cool. It's an OG upscales microcladus. I'm not sure if I'm pronouncing that correctly or not, but it's got the kind of like neon green branches, and it's got purple polyps. And you'll see in terms of the the mother colony. This is multi-branched. This is about a 1-inch frag across, but you've got multiple branches. You could see there with the mother colony how that purple with the polyps just really sticks out, and the green is really pretty bright green. It's a great combination. And I'm hopefully going to have more of those frags available soon. Another Tyree Blue Matrix frag. I wouldn't say this is a nub. It's 3/4 inches. It looks like a nub, but I think that's because the polyps are just going nuts and it's so hairy. But yeah, I probably mentioned, but this is one of the more popular corals that I have. At least it's in high demand. So if you're looking for something blue, that's the one. Dusk 194, go ahead, man. Ask questions. I'll do my best to answer them. We've got another encrusted Jason Fox bug out stylo. This is 1 inch, but it's a nice, healthy frag. It almost doesn't look real. I mean, there's no doctoring in terms of the video of this frag. That's what it looks like. There's no photoshopping going on here. The only thing I do in terms of my videos is I adjust the brightness, because I'll shoot them a little dark and I'll just brighten them up. But what you see is what you're getting literally here. Another ORA Hawkins frag that's fully encrusted. Big frag, 1 1/2 inches. I think I mentioned this. I've got 2 of these. I got 2 colonies in my display tank. I like this coral that much. I mean, how many aqua-colored solid corals do you know of out there? I'm not sure I can name any others. Well, maybe I could, but... And we have another Milka stylo, multi-branched, 1 1/4 inch. I don't know. If you don't have this coral in your tank, then you're missing out. I think you're missing out. There's always room in a reef tank for a Milka stylo. There's one of the mothers that I have. I've got a couple of mothers of the Milka. 2 Milka mothers. This is a huge, huge frag of the Crayola plana. This is 2 inches, multiple branches. This is another like mini colony almost. Yeah, 2 inches maybe doesn't qualify as a mini colony. It's just a ginormous frag. Let's call it a ginormous frag of the Crayola plana. Yeah. Ginormous, but purple tip table with green polyps and a kind of hard to see the cream base in there. All right, next up we have a huge frag of the Jason Fox Homewrecker. This is the only frag I have available for this live sale. How often do you see a fully encrusted multi-branch Jason Fox Homewrecker available for sale? I've had this in the frag tank for several months, and it's extremely happy. But yeah, this is I purchased this coral as a frag a while ago, and it's always done very well for me. It's grown at a pretty good clip, but yeah, I think that's it's a pretty rare opportunity to see a frag of the home wrecker that big that's encrusted available for sale. This is another Sexy Corals Orange Passion frag that's encrusted, doing really well. This is another really neat tenuous that I've had in my display tank for a long time, and I've been fragging it for a while. It withstands a lot. I get great polyp extension off of it too, which is nice. As you can see there, big golden yellow polyps. Another big Tyree Red Dragon frag. This is 1.5 inches. I told everybody that this would be a live sale with some big frags. Big frags. I'll mention this one more time. If this sale, in terms of the live sale, you can still snag these frags at 20% off until Tuesday. You can visit the website, the WYSIWYG section of my website, and you can take advantage of these sale prices until Tuesday. We have another, this is the last Red Ghani frag that I have available on the live sale, but I do have others, so if these are all gone during the live sale, I do have other large frags of the Red Ghani. Just grows really well for me. And such a neat coral. I mean, everybody that comes in and checks out my tanks, they're always drawn, like I said before, to the LPS. And I've got clowns that host a couple of my Goniapora. So it's a kind of a neat dynamic. That's when it started out as a pup. Got some more Eagle Eye Zoas. This one's 1.5 inches across. Multiple polyps on the Eagle Eye. Gentle Zoa. It's not going to sting other corals. You could let it loose in your tank and not have to worry about it getting out of control. I mean, it's kind of gotten out of control in my tank, but it's not doing any harm to anything, so I don't care. Another very large piece of the kryptonite tenuous, 2 inches, multi-branch. And, you know, this is like another case where you could buy this coral and you could frag it right away if you wanted to. And sell a piece of it and make some of your money back. So if you wanted to. Luis, no, I do not dose phytoplankton. I do not. I feed my tank heavily though. Fish food, mysis shrimp, brine shrimp, my own homemade fish food. Another Tyree Icefire Echinata frag. This one's 3/4 inches tall. That one was recently fragged. Yeah, I hit, you know, that colony gets hit pretty hard. Probably gonna have to lay off it for a while again. All right, folks, we're kind of getting near the end. This is there's 97 frags in the live sale. Another purple slimer, fully encrusted, 1 1/4 inches tall. Just want to say thanks everybody for joining though during this live sale. I'm having a lot of fun with this, and I hope you folks out there are having fun as well. Happy Thanksgiving and happy holidays in advance. Okay. Another Seaquarium Unknown, fully encrusted piece, 1 1/4 inches across, tall, multi-branch. Great frag of this coral. This is a very, very underrated coral. It's an old school coral. I don't think it's I don't see it out there a lot. I'm not sure if Adam has it anymore or not. About Battle Corals where I got it. I just don't see this coral around. It's a unique piece, and hey, the price is right. You know, $32 for that kind of coral. It's like a hidden gem. Another Tyree red dragon. This one's 1 1/2 inches tall. I've got 2 colonies of this coral in my 187-gallon display tank. Grows like a weed for me. So cool. Bright pink, white polyps. Got another tub stellata Monty frag. This one's a 1-inch frag of the tubs. And, you know, again, a great Montipora with the bright green polyps and the purple skin. It's grown huge in my my 187-gallon display tank. And I'm constantly fragging this coral. Constantly. I've got some very, very large frags of it. And the final coral that we have in the live sale today is another Jackson's Rainbow Tenuous frag. It's a good way to wrap up. It's not sure how well known this coral is. I think it's getting more attention. But it's crazy in terms of what's going on with all the tenuous out there in terms of the rainbow tenuous and the crazy, crazy prices. So this one I think is more reasonably priced. And the proof is in the pudding. You know, you can see with the mother colony with the coloration on this thing under, you know, more full spectrum lighting, that you don't need to have crazy blue LEDs to bring out, you know, colors in this coral and put on you know, glasses to kind of see what this thing actually you know, looks like. So that's it. What do I want to say here? I guess I got a lot of things to say to wrap up, but yeah, if you folks have any other questions, then put them in the chat or you know, reach out to me via the website. But you know, I'll say again that if there are any folks out there that want to purchase corals after the live sale. So any corals that have not been purchased yet during this live sale will still be on sale, 20% off for a few more days. So if you want to come back and peruse the WYSIWYG section of my website, then you can do so, and you can snag them. And we'll, like I said also at the beginning of the show, if you bought a shipping module, but you ended up purchasing more than $300 worth of corals, then I will refund you that shipping module. So any overall total purchases that are over $300, you will get free shipping. But if you were under the $300, you must buy that $50 shipping module. And yeah. So, but listen, I really appreciate everybody tuning in for the live sale. This is really cool. I think the folks that made some purchases today or thinking about them, you'll be getting some beautiful frags that have been cooking for a while in my frag tank. And so we'll figure out in terms of shipping. I think in terms of shipping, next week I'll be shipping. The week after I will probably be shipping the first couple of days of the week. But then when we start getting close to Christmas, then I'm going to be shutting it down in terms of the shipping, because it's just it's already kind of crazy out there when in terms of the overnight shipping. But I ship via UPS. And one other thing I'd like to say in terms of shipping, and this is in the detailed rules for the live sale, I would highly recommend that you hold that in terms of the delivery address. Instead of having these corals shipped to your home, I would highly recommend having them shipped to UPS customer center near you, because that way you will be able to get the frags sooner rather than later. I've been shipping. I shipped this week, and because of the holiday season, stuff is getting delivered a little bit later than usual. So they're guaranteeing, UPS is guaranteeing, afternoon or late afternoon or even evening in some cases for next day air. But if you have the frags held at a customer center near you, you probably will be able to pick them up in the morning. So I will certainly be in touch with you folks that have made the purchases and just remind you about that. I think it's something that I always do. I mean, I live in a rural area, and if I had stuff shipped to me next day, it probably wouldn't end up getting to me until about 7 o'clock in the evening. So whenever I get frags ordered, I always have them get shipped to a UPS customer center, and I can get them usually by 10:30 in the morning. So, a lot of my customers don't take advantage of or do that, and I think that that's something that I'll try to encourage people out there to do more. So, I think I did a YouTube video on that. That was my piece of advice for the during the video. Any other questions out there? Anybody else have any comments, questions? Like I said, if you want to reach out to me via email, we could do that and have that those kind of conversations. But other than that, I think we're looking at wrapping it up here. I'll say it one more time, that if you want to take advantage of the sale prices, you can do so through Tuesday, December 7th, 20% off on the WYSIWYG section of my website. Just use the adding to an order option when checking out, and that way you will avoid paying multiple instances of shipping. So I think that's it. Johnny E, you got here too late, man. We're wrapping it up. Speaking of wrapping, got a great show next week on Thursday, 7 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. Dr. Sanjay Yoshi is going to be a guest on the show. I had him on last year, so that should be a great conversation. And one other thing I want to mention, I don't know if you folks had tuned into the Rapping with Reef Bum this past Thursday. we had Matt Peterson on from Coral Magazine, and he interviewed me about my tank, which was featured in the November-December edition of Coral Magazine. And there's actually a giveaway going on right now on the Reef Bum Instagram page. So what you can do, and what the giveaway is, a free subscription to Coral Magazine. We're giving away 3 domestic subscriptions, print editions, and then 3 digital editions. So 6 subscriptions overall. And all you have to do is go to the there's a post on the Reef Bum Instagram page account, and all you have to do is follow Reef Bum on Instagram, follow Coral Magazine on Instagram, and tag 2 aquarium reef keeping friends, buddies in the comments on that post, and you will be eligible to win one of those free subscriptions to Coral Magazine. I highly recommend putting your name in the hat there, because it's a really cool magazine. All right, folks, I guess we're going to wrap it up. Yeah, Johnny E., how long are the prices good for? The prices are good until Tuesday, December 7th. And you can just visit the WYSIWYG section of my website, and that's where the frags will be from this live sale. All right, folks, listen, man, this was a lot of fun. I thoroughly enjoyed this. Thank you for joining me. As I said before, happy holidays to all. I will certainly be looking to do another live sale soon, probably in the next 2 to 3 months. Need to do some fragging and let them heal up. But I just I think it's great to allow time for things to develop and not peddle small little nubs. Big frags are the way to go. All right, everybody, listen, have a great rest of the day, and hope to see you on the Rapping with Reef Bum next Thursday with Dr. Sanjay.